Brock, what are you guys focused on doing here as you guys work to finesse down the stretch?
I think it's just about our mindset right now. I think if we, have the right mindset going into games, working hard, winning our puck battles and not turning pucks over, I think that's when we're at our best. So we just got to stick to those things.
You guys have talked from day one about preparation being so important. Do you relish in this opportunity to play some of these tough teams as preparation, as almost mock playoff games?
For sure, yeah. I think we have to have that mindset. And, these teams have been in the playoffs lots of years, Vegas, the Kings coming up. So, it's an opportunity for us to learn and for us to grow. But, I think most importantly, like we gotta have that mindset of, these teams are tough to play against and we gotta be hard to play against too.
A couple weeks ago, you guys played well here in Vegas. What did you learn about them the first time around that you maybe adjusted and did in that second game?
Yeah, I think, the first time they were just out-competing us and out-battling us and winning puck battles. And I think we have a better mindset when we came back here the second time, and we worked harder, and I thought we were winning our puck battles in that game. So I think it's just, that mindset that I've mentioned a few times here. And if we have that, I think our team usually plays pretty well.
Rick, I wanted to ask you, yesterday you said that it's your job to instill the confidence in the guys to elevate their own game here. I wonder, how do you do that? What are some of the ways that you can do that, whether it's on the ice or off the ice?
Well, I think it's obviously watching video individually with a guy, having meetings with the guys, asking their opinions. I think you got to empower certain guys, and when guys are struggling, give them a few tips. I don't think you want to give them too much. I think when guys struggle and you give them too much instruction, I always felt the guys gets a little bit more tighter. So we have some guys who are having trouble scoring goals. For me, it's just keep finding those spots, keep going there. Eventually, it's going to go your way. That's just the way you come out of slumps.
Brock said to me that a lot of what you guys need to do here in the final games is about mindset. Do you agree with that? Do you think that this is a team that knows what they're capable of and it's about locking in?
Yeah, at this time, the intensity and all that stuff come into play, but mindsets, you have to have a strong mindset. Like I said before, the structure the guys have been doing a good job. It's really the changes or the turnovers, it's the miscellaneous stuff that we've been struggling with, and that's a mindset thing. Making sure that you change properly. If there's been guys on the ice for a minute, you have the puck at center ice. The puck has to go deep. You know what? It just happened too much the last few games where we didn't get a puck deep. Then all of a sudden we have to defend. Guys are tired, or we've had a couple of bad changes where actually it cost us a goal. And that last game, they got 2 grade A's off of a couple of bad changes. So for me, that's a mindset thing that we got to improve on.
Do you sense the urgency building within the room just naturally?
Yeah, I think so. I think, when you start looking at the season, there's only how many games left, who you're playing, people jockeying for position, who's going to make the playoffs. I mean, and, the fans are excited about us making the playoffs. There's a lot going in it, and I think it's important as a group we handle pressure together, as individuals.
Probably the way the season has gone, it's been a while since you actually worried about making the playoffs, but now that you've clinched, does it make it easier to handle these last games as a team, or do you worry that maybe they lose some urgency because officially they're in?
No, I don't think you lose urgency. I think everybody knows, I think a lot of guys here want to start to play better. There's guys here that there's more to their game. So I think that intensifies. You just it's got to have a happy balance. We can't put pressure on guys where they're squeezing their sticks, but they also have to understand that there is urgency. So how do you, experienced guys know how to handle the pressure, and when they're not playing well, how to handle that. And I think that's where you can really learn from a group setting, or the coaches can help them. We have a lot of guys that played in the playoffs as a coach and stuff. We got to relax these guys so when they go into the fire that they're ready for it.
Among individual priorities, how high would getting PD going be on that list?
Yeah. It's my job to figure ways to get him going. I mean, I thought he was better in the third period. When he's moving his feet, I know everybody talks about it, but when he moves his feet and he drives play, he's a hell of a hockey player. So I think we just got to keep reminding him to get in those situations, to move your feet and attack mentality.
He's had Höglander as a winger who's, very direct, kind of play driving type player. You had him with Garland when Garland was, Garland is one of the top play drivers too. Now you've got him with Brock. Is there much more you can do on a as far as changing line mates or partners to get him going, or at some point is it just up to him to?
Well, I mean, you always change lines to try certain people, but he's got a guy that he's got Hoglander, he's got 22 goals, and what's Boeser got 37, 30. I mean, there's 60 goals on the wings, so it's really about that line knowing if they do the right things, it could be a really dangerous line for us. And then because I always want to keep Tocchet and obviously and Gars when they're together. A lot of good things happen. So, but they might change sometimes, and I think you can't really worry about it. I think you just got to drive play yourself, and you'll have enough help on the wings.
You thought about putting him with Garland and Joshua? Petey?
Who's that?
Petey.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, to me, it could happen down the road. I mean, I'm not sure line combinations. To me, I'm a pair guy, but that's why I think Garland and Josh have to stay together, whoever their centerman is.
Casey's in.
Yeah, Casey.
Z's getting back in.
Yeah, Z's in. Yeah, and the same forwards.